welcome back to the Heel Turn Podcast with episode 2. I'm here with always, it's me, Wes, and
Cody.
And we're here to talk to you about this week in WWE. It's actually a
very interesting week in WWE.
I was about to say that, yeah. I really think it, they did a good job this week. They did a good job. They did a good job.
They did good. You did good.
You did good.
You know, I mean, we could have done bad. There were a lot of moments we could have done bad, but I think they did good.
They did good. They did good.
They did good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about how they did good.
They, you know, man, just there was a lot of cool things this week, man. We saw a title change. We saw someone get an opportunity for a title next week. You know, all that good shit. I mean, this was actually interesting, and I mean, everything I have here to talk about, just there's a lot of shit I gotta say on it. So, let's start off with the Brock Lesnar segment, which to me, like, just so lit. Like, it wasn't like they did anything like a lot. They didn't do a lot for it, but it was a segment that spoke volumes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you got Paul Heyman, who is he's doing the Paul Heyman thing. He's one of the greatest managers of all time. That dude ups every match. And what I like about Paul Heyman, what he does is he doesn't only like build up Brock Lesnar, but he's trying to build up the match. And in doing that, he builds up Brock Lesnar's opponents, which is something you don't see a lot in professional sports or in pro wrestling, because mostly what you're trying to do as a manager is you're trying to upsell your client, the person you're managing.
Yeah.
But you know, so when he will say things like, you know, I remember he did this with Joe. He said, "Joe, you are a Samoan badass. You are a beast. You are this. You're that. You're this amazing guy." You know, building him up like, holy shit, Samoa Joe's so good. And then Brock Lesnar's a little better. And and it just builds this great idea. And he did that. He was like, he basically saying, you know, I mean, that's kind of what he was doing. You know, he was doing a shtick. He was building up the match, saying, you know, you're a monster, Braun Strowman, but Brock Lesnar's not afraid of you. And all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar grabs the microphone, which he never does, cuts off Paul Heyman and says, basically what he's saying is, Suplex City, bitch.
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of shit that like hypes up a feud right there, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, right? I mean, because you got the guy who's quiet, basically taking the microphone from the man that speaks, which, you know, the guy that talks for him, basically to say, "Fuck you."
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of made you like when he grabbed the microphone and spoke, I was like, oh shit. And it doesn't matter that Brock Lesnar has a bitch voice, you know, it's like, oh shit.
No, I totally agree. I mean, they're really hyping up this fight, man. The great Braun versus Brock fight. And I think it's going to be really cool, man. That was a cool little neat promo, man. I definitely think so. Like, oh, yeah. I'm hyped up for it. I'm hyped up.
Dude, I'm so, like, psyched for it, dude. Because, I mean, you know, I'm hoping to see... You know, we're going to see Brock get manhandled, but I want to see Braun get manhandled too, you know? And at the end of the day, I think we spoke a lot on it last week. You know, I want to, I don't want to see Braun lose clean, but I don't want to see Brock lose clean either. I kind of, you know, I don't know how I want to see it end.
Yeah, they're going to have to write it really interesting because, I mean, that's kind of a given. Me and you already know where this is going, but, you know, you don't want to kill the momentum of either. I mean, you technically could kill Brock's momentum because I don't know how much longer he has in the tank in the WWE, but it still would be kind of like a risky thing to do this early on because I'm sure they're going to try to keep him until Mania.
Right.
So it all depends.
Well, isn't his contract coming up soon?
I don't know how long it is. I don't know if it's after Mania or before Mania. Yeah. I can see this going... Okay, if this contract's coming up soon, I could see Braun just straight up, like, shooting out Lesnar, because Braun's pretty much the new Brock Lesnar in the business. Or, if Brock Lesnar has a little while, I could see them doing, like, a 3-match feud thing, you have like Braun beat him once, Brock Lesnar's like pissed and can't believe it, so he rematches him, Brock wins, and then have like one more match, and that'll be the match that sends Lesnar off. I could see them doing something like that even, because it would look good on both of them, and it would also make for a really interesting feud, because I mean, who doesn't want to see two completely gigantic steroid fueled monsters throw each other around?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's yeah. Well, see, and that's what I was gonna say. Braun, you kind of said that with Braun Strowman can be considered the new Brock Lesnar. You know, and they need to book him that way. So, I mean, if you have him beat Brock Lesnar, let it be to where Brock kind of literally, don't make him look like, you know, don't let him, Braun Strowman, do the finisher 1, 2, 3 pin. Let it be like Brock kept fighting and just, like, due to, like, just the fact that Braun beat the fuck out of him, the rest ended it, like, to the point where Brock can't stand, but Brock keeps trying to stand. You know, don't.
And he comes back like pissed off, and he's like, "I want a rematch." Aww.
Exactly.
That would be entertaining, and it would help out both of them, because it would push Braun, but it wouldn't make Brock look like, you know, a pincushion either.
Right. Well, because like the way I would, you know, again, like, and the way I would do it is, if I were the booker, I'd say put Brock through all the announce tables, you know, and again. Braun needs to get beat the fuck up too, but kind of like not as much, and like let Brock get, you know, thrown into the barricades, let him get thrown into, you know, because I know it's, I don't remember if it, I don't think it's a stipulation or nothing, but if there are any like no DQs or anything, but you know, just beat him to the point where he literally can't stand, but he's trying like hell to, and the rest says, I gotta call the match.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the best way to end something like that, in my opinion. But I mean, you know.
Because then what you're doing is you're taking the title off Brock, which I know WWE wants to keep him as champion for a while, but you gotta take the title off him. Let Braun go through and just beat the shit out of every rival, every person that steps up to take the title. And then, like at Royal Rumble, let Brock return. Or you know what, better yet, let Brock return in the Royal Rumble match.
And win it.
In the Rumble match, and go on to face Braun Strowman at WrestleMania.
Now, I have to ask you, did Lesnar ever win a Royal Rumble ever? I don't think he ever did.
Yes.
He did?
He did. I think he did. No, actually, no, I'm thinking of King of the Ring. No, I don't think.
See, that would be brilliant, man. I mean, look, I don't know. Yeah, I think that would make sense, man. Not only that, but like, who can honestly see Lesnar beating Strowman clean?
Royal Rumble.
He did?
He did. What year is that?
2003 or what, or something like that?
Yeah, he won the 2003 Royal Rumble.
Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah, when he was getting pushed all heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because he was getting pushed really heavy right there. That was his beginning of it all. Okay, well, regardless, I mean, I could see them definitely doing something like that, man, because who can honestly say that, Strowman's going to get pinned clean by Lesnar, especially for the first match? No, give the belt to him. Make it really, really interesting. Even if WWE wants to put it in a way where like they still have Brock really high in their regards, okay, fine then. Throw a little screw drop type thing like they did with Undertaker and Lesnar at SummerSlam 2015 or 2016, or no, it was 2015. Do something like that, even where it's like a screw job thing where Lesnar thought he got screwed out of the championship, so it makes them both look like on an even playing field, but it's still bringing in Braun.
That would be bad, actually. That could actually not be a bad idea. Let like Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle's argument is, you know, we need the WWE title back. Brock Brock is going to leave and he won't come back and defend it. I need to have the title defended each and every pay-per-view. You know, we need it back on Raw. And Triple H is mad. He says Brock Lesnar is what's best for business, and that leads to their rivalry.
Dude, like, I'm telling you, they could go really smart with this feud, and I really hope they don't throw it down for like a one-match thing. I hope they play this off smart, because this is money right here. This is straight up money.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. This needs to be a monster versus monster. This needs to be a monster battle. Like,
yeah, entirely, definitely.
Get some color out there too, you know.
Yeah.
But, well, all right, man. Let's move forward. So I know you were excited about this, and I know I said that last week sarcastically, but I'm serious this week because I know I was excited about this. our nostalgia, man. The Miz is gonna face one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time.
Hell yes, dude. Look, hold up. Okay, I really, really, really hope they don't throw this away. I might have cut you off, but I don't know if you want me to tell everyone.
No, I'm just introducing the segment. Go ahead.
Okay, of course, everyone saw Jeff Hardy won that battle royal to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes.
Now look, I marked out. I'm sure plenty of people did. I see good and bad in this. I see strong good and bad in this. I see more bad than good. But not to say the good is not a bad thing either. Here's the deal. Okay, number one. I like the sudden thing how he just threw out what was his name? Jordan or whatever his name is. I forget.
Yeah.
Black dude. Cheap young Sheldon Benjamin guy. Him. Kurt Angle's black son. Yeah. So he threw him out, and I was like, oh my god, that was really unexpected. That was a genuine mark out moment. I didn't think either one of them was gonna win. Matt Hardy got thrown out. I thought Jeff was gonna get thrown out. Holy shit! Awesome. Cool. I like it. Because, of course, Jeff Hardy's going to get pushed for a singles run. But here's my bad in this. I could see two things. Number one, what does this do to Matt Hardy now? If Jeff would happen to win the title, this is further down the line, would they feud? And how would that work? Two, another big problem I have, and this is the more likely concern, I feel like Jeff is just going to put over The Miz. Because he's an older talent. I feel like that's what they're seeing here. Jeff Hardy will get the crowd excited for this feud that he might have with The Miz starting up soon. But I'm worried they're going to feed Jeff Hardy The Miz just to put him over. And Jeff Hardy's going to go back with Matt Hardy and do their, nice little kickoff shows every pay-per-view. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. If you're pushing Matt Hardy here, you're saying he is now #1 contender, you better follow through with that. Because that shit is what pisses me off. I really, really am worried that they're just going to feed him to Miz.
Well, you know what I was thinking? What if, how long until No Mercy? Let me look that up real quick. Cause I kind of had this idea that Miz is more or less, I know this is kind of like you're saying, this is to feed Jeff Hardy to.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Miz is a super young talent, but but a lot of people aren't taking Miz serious, and that's a known thing. People just don't care anymore about him. So this would be one way to make him relevant. You put him against one of the most fan favorite wrestlers on planet Earth, which is Jeff Hardy.
Right. Yeah.
It's just. I don't know. It bothers me. I don't know what's the end game for this, and it really bothers me. Because, by God, I'd love to see Jeff Hardy win it. Even though I'd be confused what it would happen with him and Matt at that point. Because I really, really, really just wanted him and Matt to have, more of a tag team run. And I feel like it's been kind of stale. I've been waiting for it to kind of pick up the pace, they put over some young talent. I was waiting for them to come back.
For a good little minute.
Oh, it was a month. I want to see them champions for 4 months. And I want to see them actually put over talent in their matches, but come out with the win towards them. You know what I mean? Benefit the young talent, but also benefit themselves. Don't feed them like they did with the Dudleys. That was one of the worst things in 2015 is when you brought the Dudleys back and you basically just made them a glorified Ascension where they're just losing every goddamn match. That doesn't make any sense. And that's my problem. I don't know what the end game is here. They could easily have Jeff Hardy win the title, have Matt get pissed off, attack him, do kind of a broken thing like they did in TNA when they were against each other. That'd be brilliant, but I don't think they're gonna do something like that. I just don't see them doing that.
I was gonna say, let me feed you this idea, because WWE and the fans, and I know the Hardys are trying to hint at it, they want to go broken Hardys. I mean, because the thing is that right there was the rebirth of the Hardy Boys, and I don't want to say what made them relevant again, because I think they were always, in a way, I think they were always loved, but when it
brought them to a new height.
It made them big money again.
Because it was a newfound
exactly
glory for them. You know what I mean? They were already known, people liked them, but
Well, here's what and it's just a thought, and I'm just gonna give it to you for food for thought because this might hint. What if, they're obviously putting Sheamus and Cesaro versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, so that's gonna be the main title picture right now. What if they're gonna feed Miz to the Hardys? And what I mean by that is, what if next week they're having a match, Jeff's winning, and then the Miz Taraj comes in, all three of them gang up on Hardy, then they beat the shit out of Matt, and because they have a good couple weeks until No Mercy. What if they beat the shit out of Matt, and they say there's going to be a rematch? Kurt Angle says there's going to be a rematch at No Mercy. We don't hear from the Hardys because they got the shit kicked out of them. They're broken, and then at No Mercy, they debut as the Broken Hardys and beat the Miz.
Well, I'm assuming they would be the Woken Hardys, not to correct you, but just I'm assuming
broken, whatever, they're the Hardys.
Okay.
And so, but that would give, and the reason for that is that would give them the birth of the Broken Hardys, so that when it comes time for, I know I keep bringing it up, TLC, or even when they fight for the tag titles again, they now get to go and have their reign as the Broken Hardys because they've made that transition.
So So you're thinking that if Jeff Hardy has this match, it's gonna be just start a feud with him, like the Hardys and the Miztourage. That's what you're imagining here?
Pretty much, because to me, I don't see Jeff being the Intercontinental Champion much,
So you kind of agree with me on that. Jeff Hardy's solo run too soon right now. We're agreeing on this.
Yeah, because it doesn't make much sense because you have them both back. He's not going to go for a WWE title picture. Him and Matt are both going to be, they're basically tag team, and and no offense to them, it's just they're too old to split up and do like they did before. They're at that age where it's probably best to use them in a tag team capacity. That's where they're most valuable, because Matt kind of had an up and down career as a singles competitor. Jeff had a good career as a singles competitor, but I don't know if his body at his age can handle going as hard as he did 10 years ago.
I agree and disagree, because my thing is, I don't see them doing it only purely because of the fact that they wouldn't know what to do with Matt. And I agree. I don't think Matt would do a lot in the WWE on his own. But I totally think Jeff Hardy could thrive. They could give him a singles run, he would take it and run with the ball.
Well, the thing is, I don't think they give him the title. I think they feed him to people, and I think they're better off being in a tag.
I don't know. That's what confuses me. That's what bothers me so much, because there were strong rumors already when the Hardys came back. Like strong rumors. I could be dead wrong. Crap, man. I'm trying to think here, but I'm almost positive. Like I was reading shit. Like it wasn't the one guy that always reports shit backstage. But I was reading that Vince really wants to push Jeff Hardy again because Vince loves Jeff Hardy. Right. So it's like I could see them pushing him, which still would make a lot of sense this soon, and I could see them not doing it too, which would make even more sense, but it just depends how they want to go about it. Like, I'm more puzzled about this than anything else in the business right now.
Well, see, I think, and that's why I said, I think they're going to, because Miz, they're going back and forth, they don't have nothing for him. The Miz Taraj to me, is just an example of they don't know what to do with him, and they're trying to rebuild the Mizdow shit, and it's just, who's a better person to bring back the Broken Hardys without having them actually face Sheamus and Cesaro again? Be the Miz and his little stable.
Yeah, I guess you could see that. That could be a way to spark just a tag team feud. Like that would be definitely the safer choice, I think, right now.
And you don't even have to give them the title. I mean, you give them the title one night and then have Miz. You can have Miz win it right back, and that would just and have him screw Hardy out of it, and then that could lead to a 3-on-2 handicap match, which they win, and that would end the feud. But it doesn't have to be nothing complicated.
Yeah, definitely. It's just gonna be a matter of what they want to do with it, and that's what I'm in a weird spot, man. I'm interested to see where they're gonna go with it. I guess we'll just have to find out, though.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's move forward. Okay, so I want to talk about the fact that Alexa Bliss won back her women's title. And
Complete joke. Complete joke.
Well, let me. I just want to say this because I got a little bit of a rant, and I'm gonna make it quick. Just let me rant real quick. This is Sasha's. I think it's her 5th title reign that she just lost.
Yep.
I think 5th or 6th, something like that. And each time she wins the title, I don't remember. I can't think of a title match she's defended a title at. And so she wins it. Last year, her and Charlotte had their rivalry for the women's title, and they literally played hot potato with it, giving each of them like 4 extra titles on their record. And then she won it, and then immediately lost it again the next, like a week later. So Sasha, let me say this. It is not good to do that with titles, especially women where there's only one title. And the reason I say that is because look at Shelton Benjamin when he returned this Friday. One of the things they said, he's a 3-time Intercontinental Champion. When they talk about John Cena, they say he's a 16-time Intercontinental Champion. When they see Brock Lesnar come down the ring and they list all his accomplishments, they say he's a former UFC champion and 2-time NCAA champion, and then they say 5-time WWE champion. The times that they bring up are in a form of an accomplishment. But when you have your 4 of your title reigns out of your 5 are from one rivalry because y'all played back and forth, that really isn't that much of an accomplishment.
Over the course of like 1 or 2 months. Oh, how long you had that championship that first reign? Oh, a week? Okay, that's a complete joke.
And that's the thing. And it wouldn't matter. And I know a lot of people saying, well, it doesn't really matter. It's not competitive sports. It's not like, and I have the stat right here, it's not like Muhammad Ali winning the heavyweight title 3 times, because it was an actual fighting sport.
It's like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you don't care about anything that WWE is built on.
Except that WWE says it does matter.
Well, that's the problem. They say it doesn't matter, and then they do stupid shit like this.
Exactly.
And that is where it counters itself. If you want to take yourself serious, you don't give someone a championship and take the belt away from them within a week. That doesn't make no sense.
Well, no. Well, yeah. See, if they did that, if they did like Charlotte lost it to Sasha, and then Charlotte won it the next night, not a big deal. It happens. And that's fine. But when you play this hot potato fucking bullshit and you guess what? So, okay, I don't know. I think Trish Stratus is the record holder and has been on women's titles for a long time. So you're just going to have Sasha break her record in a month? Dude, Trish Stratus worked her whole career, or whoever it was that holds the record. I'm not off the top of my head, don't know. But whoever holds that record worked their whole career to get that record, And when John Cena, over this 15-year career, being a 16-time champion, that basically is an accomplishment because it says that over a 15-year span, he was able to stay in the main event picture long enough to hold 16 titles. But, let's say Sasha Banks retires in 5 years. All right, so in a 7-year career, you held the title 10 times. Great, except that half of them were done in 2 years.
It just doesn't make sense. And also, you're leaving out one thing, too. They like to play hot potato with the belt, especially in the women's division, but they're doing this to Sasha, too, a lot more than the others. Like, she's gotten it worse, because Charlotte's at least gotten to keep it for a little while. Every single time Sasha has it, she loses it within a week. And it's always... most of the time in a clean type match, most of the time it just makes her look really bad, and she's already not sitting well on the Raw roster. They haven't been doing anything with her. She's finally back in the picture, and you're gonna have her lose the title within a week? Well, come on, man.
She's a great wrestler, puts on great matches, but eventually the fans lose interest because you become like Bray
especially
Wyatt,
if you do shit like that. Yeah,
it's like Bray Wyatt.
What's the promise there? You're having, she has a huge fan base, a huge amount of people.
Oh my god! Very big.
What the hell are they gonna do when, it just doesn't make any sense. It's at least for Charlotte, when they did the hot potato thing, Charlotte got to hold her title for a little while.
Exactly.
But for Sasha, none, and that's just gonna bite them in the ass.
It is, because you want to know the truth? Eventually, because let me ask you this, man. Let's say she's the record holder at the end of her career. Like, she's a let's say she wins it a couple more times. She's a 9 times women's champion. She holds a record, but she always lost it like the week after. You know, how?
Congratulations.
Let's say she retires and she holds a record. WWE's gonna be sitting there like, well, she's a record holder, yeah, except no one's gonna take that shit seriously. No, and no one's gonna take her seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally stupid. You're gonna wind up being, every time she gets in a match, no one's gonna care, because who cares if she wins? Because she's gonna lose it tomorrow anyway.
Yep. And it takes away all credibility, and I think that's a really stupid thing.
It totally does.
They need to change that soon. They need to change it now and soon, because it's not looking right, man. This is the kind of reasons why I'm gonna say it, and I've tried to refrain from saying it. This is one of the many reasons why I don't take the women's division seriously in the WWE. It's not them, it's the writers that give them this prestigious title and take it away from them within a week over dumb bullshit just to push a feud that they can't push by better writing.
But you know what? Then WWE's got the Mae Young Classic, which is run. I think it's run by Triple H, because I think it's run by the NXT people. And look how great that is right now. Have you gotten to watch it, dude? Like, it is fucking sick. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. It's just.
I mean, like, they got so many they got badass women who are like having these badass matches. They put them in the back and let them have like actual time to do fight skills. They're awesome. It's fucking cool. But then they get to the main roster and they're like, I feel like they're still kind of looking at them with the same amount of effort that they did back in 2010 when it was a bunch of fucking models that were taught how to take a bump. You know, it's a total fucking joke. You know, so
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't like what they're doing, man. I really don't like what they're doing.
They need, but and this is my final thing on this. When it comes to the how many times you win a championship, they need to treat that like it's the WWE or World Heavyweight Championship. Because let me ask you this, Weston: would they ever tell me that they would ever play hot potato with a world title to the point where one dude in the course of 2 months is the world heavyweight champion?
No, they do the exact damn opposite thing. You have Brock Lesnar hold the championship for like 7 months in a row, show up once in a while, and he's just like, hey guys, I'm here. Disappears forever for like 3 months, like a magical Lucky Charms character. Right. But you have the women's division who loses the title within a goddamn week and show up on a weekly basis and look like nothing because they write them all week. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's totally stupid. Because I mean, think about it. Like, yeah, exactly. How many of those women have held the title? Well, held a women's title. Well, not anymore because they pretty much weeded out. They're all NXT alumni. But, you know, before, like, it used to be, how many of them were at least 3 times women's champion? Quite a few of them. Now, and then look at the male roster. How many of them have ever held the WWE title more than 4 times? Very few of them.
It's just, it's not looking, it's really dumb, man. It's really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But anyway, let's move forward, and let's talk about that contract signing, John Cena and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they spit some fire out there, man. that was some crazy shit, dude.
Well, you know, and you and me had a, you know, I think that was like the only thing you and me really discussed, like had a little words back and forth before the show. But I kind of was saying to you, man, like, does I know John Cena probably can say whatever the fuck he wants because he's John Cena. What are you gonna do, you know? But Roman Reigns, like, that almost sounded like he was given the same writer as everyone else that has to go up against John Cena, because that's all he said.
I had a problem, though, if it's kind of really to say this. Don't get me wrong. It was a very tense promo. It was a tense exchange. Mm-hmm. One of my biggest things, though, is I felt like the WWE writers wrote so much of that promo to make it sound like it was fan service that it sounded fake to me. because like Reigns is just like, oh yeah, take out that golden shovel, and I'm just like, okay, we know this, but like, can you be any more specific about it? And he's like, cause you bury people, Cena, and it's like, oh okay, congratulations, the WWE writers can sort of know what's going on. Oh great, y'all gonna throw that in the promo enough?
Right.
Like I feel like Cena's end was very like just real, but like Reigns was just like, oh, let's get a bunch of WWE writers to like write what they think the fans want to hear coming out of Roman Reigns' mouth. And it just kind of like, it came off a little weird to me. Like it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was a cool segment, but I felt like it was a little like not natural on Reigns' part.
Well, I mean, there's truth to it, though. I mean, Cena, I feel like Cena was allowed to say whatever he wanted, and Cena, I mean, if Cena has free will to, like, respond to everything they say, Cena, I feel, can. You know, it's like they said, you know, he said, you're nothing but a corporate, half-ass John Cena wannabe reboot kind of shit. And that's true. I mean, he really is. He's pretty much the 2010s version of John Cena, you know, which John Cena then though is it was a modern mid 2000s version of Hulk Hogan, but I digress. But
You're always gonna have those guys, you know.
But I mean, but at the same time, he also said this truth. You know, John Cena has to keep coming back because Roman Reigns can't he can't do his job. Which
that was the realest thing I heard. It was like when he said like, I do my part-time better than you do your full-time, like that. But it was true. Like I really felt like it was true because like Cena is like a different caliber, I think. The bummer part of it all though is like Cena came out winning this exchange, but when they actually have their match, I'm sure Reigns is gonna win it, and that's another thing where it's just like, okay, oh good, you beat Cena, what do you have to gain from that?
Let me bring it up like this, man. Because there's truth in what he said. Roman Reigns can't get over for shit. And he said he took the United States Championship like a demotion, and he did. It was a fucking demotion because he couldn't. He had a fucking failed main event run, so they threw him back in the mid card picture to try and get him over. And when that didn't work, they said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna keep you there. So we're gonna keep you fighting the main event, guys." And he did act like he did take it like a demotion, but. You know, basically, and John Cena was right. When John Cena won the United States title, it was like John Cena was putting over guys like Kevin Owens. He was, he brought the United States Open Challenge, which every fucking superstar that wins that title seems to want to do. You know, John Cena pretty much took that United States Championship and acted like it was a big fucking deal. Roman Reigns didn't. Roman Reigns was like, oh, you whippy, look at my fucking United States title. You know, and so I'll give John credit on that. But, and the reason I was going to say that he was telling the truth about the Roman Reigns can't do his job is if you could pick any pay-per-view to put John Cena versus Roman Reigns, which would you pick?
Like what? Like any pay-per-view to see them fight?
In the year. Yeah, just pick one. What would you put it at?
I don't know, Mania.
Exactly. But they chose No Mercy. The pay-per-view after SummerSlam.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you want to know the truth? They had nothing for Roman. They had nothing to work him with. None of the fans were
But you know what? This is good. This is good.
Over with the fans.
Because I swear to God, if they did Cena and Reigns in Mania, no one would give a shit. The fact that they're putting it in No Mercy actually it brings WWE back to a reality level, and they know that, oh, some fans might care about this, but it's not going to be like Rock versus Cena. Let's not hype it up like Rock versus Cena. They're hyping it up, but I actually think this might work in their favor in the good, because if this is a Mania match, it might just totally, be a bust. It might just totally suck.
It's not, I don't even know that I don't even know if it's so much that as in they don't have time to wait for it to be a Mania match.
Oh, yeah, that either, because Cena has nothing going on for him, neither does Reigns.
I think the only reason they didn't do it at SummerSlam was because they wanted to do the Fatal 4-Way match. But
you're definitely right. I think this purely was because they had nothing else to do for them, but I do think it's a blessing in that sense. That's where I'm coming from on that.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know where this will go moving forward. I don't know if this is going to be seen as match before he goes to do another movie or something. I don't know if he does his TV show anytime soon, if he records it soon. I don't know what the plans are Cena-wise, but I mean, you know, I guess we'll see going forward. I don't know. But that promo was definitely good on John Cena's part. Roman Reigns, I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's just shitty mic skills, or if that's just him.
Now, like, don't let my opinion like take away from yours. If you did like Reigns as part of the whole thing,
No,
that's
I
fine.
didn't like Reigns' part. I was trying to say that I didn't like. I said that.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't.
So okay, at least we agree on that. Like, I don't know, it just felt phony to me. Like, it felt like he was trying really hard to say what the fans wanted to hear, and it just sounded so oddly like fake about it. Like, I just didn't care enough. Like,
right, and that's what I meant. I don't.
and this is coming from someone like, look, I know I hate Reigns.
Right.
I'll admit it, I'm one of those people, I don't like Reigns. Probably the only time that I did sort of like him was when he had that feud with Rusev for the U.S. Championship. He actually kind of came out looking okay. That was the first time I started to like him. And then, you know how quick that lasted? Not quick at all. Because as soon as he lost that championship, he became back to, oh, phony, I'm the guy, Reigns again. And I didn't care anything about that. But this is someone, look, I know I don't like Reigns. I get it. But I was watching this promo entirely unbiased. I wanted to see what they were going to say against each other, and Cena won that. Cena won that exchange easily.
Oh yeah. Well, and I mean, everyone said it. Everyone said that Cena buried Reigns in that promo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That was intense, dude.
It was. But alright, man, let's move forward. Let's get out of Raw and let's move over to SmackDown. Let's talk about, oh my god, okay. So I have notes that I'll keep on, you know, I have the segments written down, but I also have notes sometimes if there's something I want to make sure I remember, I write down notes. And, okay, so this is the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shane McMahon little part. And I just put this. Kevin Owens is the greatest of all time. Not the GOAT. You will take time to actually say the greatest of all time because that's how great Kevin Owens fucking is. So the match was, so it started off with Kevin Owens. He's basically bitching, saying Shane McMahon screwed me because he took Baron Corbin out of the match as the referee. You know, he's like, fuck, you know. You know, and Shane came out and said, you know, pleaded his case, said it's not, you know, this happened, and you lost. And he's like, no, you screwed me. Well, I'm not talking about this anymore. Aiden English, get back in the ring. You're going to fight this guy. And it was Sami Zayn. Owens is sitting at the announce table talking, gets aggravated because he says the referee isn't doing his job, runs into the ring, grabs the referee's shirt, rips it off him, and puts it on himself, looks at Sami Zayn and says, I'm the referee now. Fight, you know, and then he's being the referee, you know, whatever, and then all of a sudden, pop-up powerbomb on Sami Zayn. Aiden English is like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, sure, and pins him. Quick pin, fast pin, 1, 2, 3, and wins. So, the reason I say that was the greatest of all time was because I was laughing my ass off that whole time. I can't remember if I've ever seen that before, where a dude just gets in the ring, rips a referee's shirt off, puts it on himself, and fucking says, I'm the new referee.
I don't know, man.
And the time I thought was funny because he's like, ding ding, okay, you're the new referee.
Right.
Dude, that was so fucking awesome. And you know what? I'm glad that they're obviously going to start up Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens rivalry again, that's like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. It's fucking always great to watch.
Yeah. I'm curious what they're going to do with AJ Styles at this point, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, by the looks of it, he's going to go and fight Braun Strowman because, again, I mentioned it earlier. He started up the U.S. Open Challenge, which to me, I'm like, you know.
Wait, why'd you say Braun Strowman?
I meant Baron Corbin. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, because he started up the U.S. Open Challenge match against, and Ty Dillinger accepted it. Baron Corbin came out.
No, I know, but man, I'm so. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I don't want to see Baron Corbin on my television screen anymore. I don't care. I don't like Baron Corbin. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. Meh. I don't like him.
What if he came to your house and gave you a new guitar?
I'd tell him to shove it up his ass. And I don't know why you brought up guitar. No, I don't care. Baron Corbin's a fucking boring, dude. He's so boring. He's so boring. Dude, I'd take Reigns over Baron Corbin any day. Please, for the love of God, never put Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin in a feud one day together. Because that'll be the most boring match that WWE's ever seen in their entire life.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm not even that upset, nor do I care about that. Like, I'm more aggravated that they're bringing back the U.S. Open Challenge. To me, that's been done to death, dude. Like, let's call
I agree.
That's just, to me, it's lazy.
It's just like, oh, we have no idea how to book this. Here you go.
Well, like, you know, I mean, it's cool, I guess, to see that, you know, like a champion that has open challenges, but it's like, John Cena did it, he started it, it was awesome. Kevin Owens did it, but Kevin Owens didn't just do it as, we're gonna have the open challenge match. He kind of was like, I'm the face of America. He had his, like, face in a suit plastered on the freaking floor. It was cool. AJ Styles, I mean, he kind of is just going with this trend of, get your t-shirt, get it designed with a American flag pattern, and then just say we're gonna have the open challenge match, and whatever mid-carder that's in the back that night they choose, just have him go out, wrestle, lose, and he defended his title. It's kind of lazy. It's just they've done it too much.
Yeah.
I kind of like would love it if they just got rid of it. I mean, if they decide down the line, if you get a dude who wants to do it, then that's fine. But it's like, I don't know.
I see where you're going. I see what you mean there, though.
Now, if it's just the 1 week, if now they're gonna actually go forward with the Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles rivalry, that's fine. It's just I don't want to see this each and every week. It's just done to death, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Title matches used to be special. Well, I mean they still are technically, but the Open Challenge, you know, with every champion doing it, takes the specialty of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just me. But let's see. I also let's real quick, I want to say because Shelton Benjamin has returned. I just want to say that was an awesome fucking return. He looks like he hasn't missed a step at all. It was actually pretty cool. So I just wanted to say that real quick. Any thoughts on that or?
No, great match. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to see what they're doing, what they're gonna do after, like next week and such. Awesome to see him back. I think he could really do something on SmackDown Live.
Yeah, probably just keep him with tag team with Chad Gable for a while. But anyway, all right, and then now let's move forward, and we'll call it with the Shinsuke Nakamura segment. Well, it was more Jinder Mahal and segment, and I just gotta say, the Singh brothers are without a doubt the absolute worst actors in the history, and I'm an actor, but it is the worst actors in the history of fucking acting. I mean, that was so painful to watch. They're sitting there saying, oh my god, Maharaja, and I'm literally doing almost exactly how they did it. Oh Maharaja, we're so sorry, please, we're so sorry, we failed you last week, we're so sorry. We in front of all these people and on behalf of India would love to kiss your feet, and they're all just on the ground, and then they're trying to kiss their feet, and I thought they were first watching this. I thought they were kind of trying to make fun of someone, like they were just like, "Oh, we're so sorry," but Shinsuke, you know, and they were gonna make a joke about Shinsuke Nakamura, but they didn't. They were totally supposed to be dead serious, and it was just the most painful thing to watch. Like,
Yep.
it was. Oh my god, was that bad to watch?
Yep.
Holy shit! And then Shinsuke comes out, and they all just fucking manhandle him. Randy Orton comes out, and that leads to their tag match. But
Yeah, like generic tag match to close off SmackDown Live. They can mark it off the checklist.
no, I mean,
I care nothing about it.
well, you gotta do that, you know, because they needed to continue the Rusev and Randy Orton rivalry, and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder rivalry, and tag matches never.
I'm gonna put it this way: you have Orton, who's been incredibly lazy in the ring. You have Jinder Mahal, that I find no interest in practically at this point because he still really hasn't proven himself to me. You have Nakamura, who I think is really getting cut short here by having to be around that. Anything I'm going to say is going to sound extremely negative and salty, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I think Nakamura deserves better. That's all I'm going to say. I take no interest in it. Like, the most uninteresting thing about SmackDown is their main event picture, and that is sad to me. And I hate to make that sound like a lot of this podcast was me really shooting off a lot of negative stuff, but it's just kind of like,
so is every podcast.
There's certain interesting things about it though. Like, look, I'll give it to him that the Jeff Hardy won in the Intercontinental Championship in Raw. That's a cool thing. They could do something really cool with it, and I'm actually excited. I marked out. That was something I didn't expect to see them do. So you can tell they're trying here, but for me, like, I care nothing about Jinder Mahal, and I feel like Nakamura is really getting short-handed here because he cannot do much more in this feud. They're gonna make this feud go on, and it's not gonna help Nakamura out whatsoever. Jinder doesn't look good in it, and it just doesn't make sense to me. None of it makes sense to me. Like, I just don't care.
The thing with Nakamura, and why I think they can't waste time with him, is one, he's older. He's an older guy, so his life expectancy in WWE is not going to be as long as a guy like Seth Rollins, who's I think he's early 30s. But has been in WWE for at least 5 years now. And so, 30 when he's 31. But yeah, so I mean, he's been in WWE for about 5 years. So, you can't wait with him. That's one thing you have to take into consideration. Two, his interest in the fans may only last so long because he's a big fan amongst indie fans, but he's not super big talker on the mic. He's not he can't produce the funny, witty promos. So I mean, there may be a time when it may be too late, and some fans lose interest in him because he is mostly a Japanese wrestler guy. He's not a diverse American wrestler guy. So, it's kind of like they can't really fuck around with him. And I feel like if they're just going to play stupid, generic bullshit games with him to keep Jinder as champion for a while, they may miss their opportunity. So
I think it's bad for Nakamura. And look, if you're in the WWE's eyes and you really want to push Mahal, you need to put him against someone, a different caliber wrestler. Like, you need to push him against someone who's good on the mic. Because as far as I'm concerned, Jinder's still not good on the mic. You need to put him with someone that's going to carry Mahal properly. Put him against someone that dare I say, Cena go to SmackDown, just in a perfect world, Cena go to SmackDown and him and Mahal go at it. Because I think Cena could carry him. And at that point, if you can't get over with Cena, you need to go back to the mid cards, and you need to go to NXT or something, because I just don't think Mahal has enough promise.
I disagree. I would say more. I say just stick with what you got, and you got two guys that I could see right now, and that's AJ Styles or Sami Zayn, because both those men are talented baby faces who can carry wrestlers. I think that they could both
in the ring
go up against him in the mic. And I think right now, if you got him, especially if AJ Styles is the United States champion, have America versus India match, I think that'd be a pretty badass way to look at it, man. Especially
it'd be okay, but for me, you say AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. I hate to say it, as talented as both Styles and Sami Zayn are, I'm a fan of both of them. Ever since, for a little while now, I think they've been kind of watered down for the SmackDown brand. I don't think Styles is nearly as, I would say, ruthless as he was when he came in, and he was the face that runs the place. He kind of let that go, and I don't think it's enough to carry Mahal over. And maybe it's not their fault. I think he could just be Mahal, and that's where again, like, look, I might just be negative here, so I'm trying to let it be, but I just don't care. Like, it sucks. It sucks doing this podcast and just saying something about that. Oh, the main event of one of the only other show I don't care anything about. I don't care about him. Like, I just don't. Like, I find no interest in it. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like they're forcing something that just doesn't work.
Right. Well, I mean, we'll see, man. I going forward, and first off, I just want to say, don't feel bad about complaining. 90% of podcasts are people complaining. You know, Dave Meltzer fucking bitches about everything. Not calling out Dave Meltzer, but he does. He bitches about everything. Is that a rabbit in my yard, or is that a cat? Sorry, I'm looking at and I'm apologize about this. I'm just looking out my window, and I can't tell if that's a rabbit or a cat. But anyway, you know, we're just honest, man. And to the crowd, you know, if we complain too much, we apologize. But you know, we're just passionate about this, and we're gonna speak our mind. That's what we're here for. We're gonna say it like it is. If we feel that something's good, we'll say it's good. If we think it's bad, we'll say it's bad. You know, that's the way we're gonna run this podcast. You know, and you know, that's just the way it's got to be.
Yeah, I have no interest, and I really just don't think. I think Mahal's not working. I every time I watch it, even his matches, man, I really try hard to put like my personal opinions away and just see it for what it is, and it's just not something I take any interest in. I feel like it's like 2011, like SmackDown, when they were struggling to get anyone put over, you know what I mean, when they didn't have any star power and they were just making anyone champion. I feel like it's a step, like it's something, everything that they're doing right now with Mahal, it just feels like a step backwards. Like it's nothing that's going to project them forward, in my opinion, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, man, we'll just have to wait and see. SmackDown right now, their next pay-per-view. When's their next pay-per-view?
Let's see. I need to look this up right now.
I'm pulling it up right now. The pay-per-view schedule. Their next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell in October, beginning of October.
Okay.
That's gonna be on October 8th. So yeah, I mean, they got like another month. They're gonna build all this up, and so probably gonna have Shinsuke versus Mahal in a Hell in a Cell match, which I think might be pretty badass. You know, but
we'll see how it goes.
But yeah, so man,
better be better than their SummerSlam match.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got to talk about today, man. You know,
like I said, like, look, I'm a wrestling fan, and you know, we might be kind of cutthroat about some things. I think a lot of fans are in general, but it's just, for me, like, there's certain things I can certainly see that WWE's trying. They're really trying, and I respect that. But some things are just not working, and they need, dare I say, out of touch. I don't know if it's Vince that's calling all of these shots completely 100%, or if it's him with some of the writers, but there's certain things they're going to need to look out for, because I don't think it's in their best interest, and I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people would agree with me here that Mahal isn't working. You know, the Jeff Hardy thing, look, I'll say is one of the coolest things this week. I'm really looking forward to see what they do there, even if it's nothing. I mean, just whatever. That was a cool mark-out moment. There's certain things I take away from it all, but, you know, like, we're here every week. We're going to see how it goes. We'll play it out. I'll make more of an effort when I come back next week to actually give a thorough opinion on the whole Jinder Mahal situation. But as of now, I just don't have a strong opinion, and I hate to say that, but that's just where I'm at. But we'll see.
It is what it is, man. But we'll look, guys. We want to thank you for tuning in. Keep coming back, man. We're getting better. We're working hard. We're trying to give you the best podcast on YouTube. We're trying to give you the best podcast. Was giving you one of the best podcasts on SoundCloud, but they're a bunch of dicks. So hashtag fuck SoundCloud. But we're trying to be the best, man, and we want to do it for y'all because we love the WWE. We love pro wrestling in general, and we're trying to spread our message, man. Our number one message, and that is